My name's Mike Millen and you're at my channel, Chillin' with Millen. Please like and subscribe. What I'm going to do today is continue with my episodes of Throwback Thursday. So I'd like to introduce you to my dad, Larry Millen. Here he is with a great story to tell you guys.
Back in the day, we were in a rural country.
Okay.
Rural. We had to depend on the post office. Everything was dependent on the post office.
Okay.
We never went to town. Maybe once a month we'd go. As kids, we hardly ever went to town. We stayed home. But we had to depend on the post office, so everything was done through mail. So anyway, I wanted to buy a camera. Well, we can't afford to just buy a camera.
Okay.
So I come up with this idea. They were advertising selling seeds. You sold seeds?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, vegetables, flowers, everything. They were called Very Best Seeds. I can remember that.
Okay.
Very Best Seeds. And so I sold Very Best Seeds to everybody in the area, in this community, within walking distance. And I won myself a 610 box camera. So you buy film. I found film was very cheap. Okay, no problem. But you had to put it in an envelope and send it to the lab to have the pictures developed. That was all by mail. But I found out that's where the expense come in, is having the pictures developed. Now this was a 1953 Oldsmobile. 1953 Oldsmobile 98.
Okay.
And it had a 394 engine in it, like and a automatic and everything. And it was, to us, it was real luxury. Well, naturally, I had to have an Oldsmobile. So I bought a 1954 Oldsmobile from Langton Motors. I give $275 for it, and I had to pay it off at $5 a week, making $22 a week. So anyway, lo and behold, wouldn't you know it, a couple of my friends and I are going to the wrestling match in Delhi, and I made a turn in front of a 1963 Studebaker Hawk. And it totaled both cars. But the Studebaker Hawk was demolished because it hit that Oldsmobile with a boxed X frame in it, head on in the side, and there was nothing left of that Studebaker. And it was a brand new Studebaker, May the 10th, 1963.
T-bone.
63 Studebaker.
You were T-boned by a Studebaker.
I was T-boned by a Studebaker.
Okay.
And the guy admitted that he was speeding coming up over the hill, but he didn't tell the cop that. I got T-boned by a Studebaker, wiped out my 54.
Okay.
And needless to say, I had to sit and watch out the back window at a smashed up car that I'm still paying $5 a week for.
But in the meantime, you had to drive something else.
So in the meantime, we got a trend going here.
Mm-hmm.
I buy a 1955 Oldsmobile.
All right.
From the Busy Bee down here. Rich Mudford was selling cars. He had a little car lot down there. He was selling cars. I bought this 55 Oldsmobile. Okay. From him. for $250, I believe. And so I decided it was time to upgrade.
Okay.
So, lo and behold, along comes my dream car.
Your dream car.
(1956) Oldsmobile Holiday 88 4-door hardtop.
What can you tell me about this car?
It had a 394 engine in it. It had an automatic. It had automatic headlight dimmers, which back in the 50s was something else, eh? And it had AM radio. It didn't have FM back then.
So that was by far your most favorite Oldsmobile then?
That was my favorite car, and that's it right there.
That's a picture of it right
Yeah,
there.
that-
And who's that
Now-
very beautiful woman sitting in the car right
Well,
now?
that beautiful, beautiful woman is a pickup girl that I picked up. Believe it or not, I picked her up at Simcoe Fair. No, she wasn't a Cupid doll, but she was a gorgeous woman. Anyway, I ended up marrying her, and I've been married to her for 53 years coming up this next July.
53 years.
53
so
years.
Is that kind of the reason why the Oldsmobile is a
Has
favorite?
special things. And I'll tell you, 53 years later, my wife has got a scar on her knee. She'll show it to you. Where right
she
there on the back bumper, you'll see there's a dent in the chrome, and the chrome peeled off, and she walked by that loose piece of chrome and cut her leg, and she still got the scar today. And that got me into the Oldsmobiles, and that was actually that was my last Oldsmobile. So I had access to a 53 Oldsmobile I drove when I was at home. I bought my own 54 Oldsmobile. I bought my own 55. And I bought my own 56.
Well, that is quite awesome. The way you traded through Oldsmobiles like that, I gotta tell you, it kind of reminds me of when I grew up. But that's a different story. This story is Throwback Thursday, my dad's old cars. And I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you did, please head on down to that subscribe button, and then right beside it there's that thumbs up likes. Please press that for me for the YouTube monster. And I'm gonna sit here and talk to my old man about old cars for a while. But in the meantime, I'm gonna ask you this question: where will you chill next?